Who doesn't want fluffy hair? Exactly. Today we're talking about how to get fluffy hair. And no, this is not the fluffy hair. Now the whole point of having fluffy hair is you want to have as much volume as possible. For my specific hair length, this hair length, I wouldn't recommend going any longer than this. Even this is really pushing it as far as hair length if you really want to have some fluffy hair. So what is fluffy hair? Fluffy hair is the type of hair that looks like you didn't do anything but just kind of bounces around, looks really nice, and has a lot of volume. Again, right now this is what my hair normally dries into after the shower. You can see it gets a little curly, gets a little bit wavy, but it doesn't really have the volume that we want because I haven't really styled it. So how are we gonna go about it? Let me show you. Now, whether you have fine or thick hair, I recommend getting you a sea salt spray. I'm using this one by Pete and Pedro because it doesn't dry out your hair and it just makes it smell nice, adds the waves that we want, and the bounce like good fluffy hair has. Honestly, with this, I recommend putting around 4 or 5 sprays. Can't really go wrong with that. You can see that my hair is relatively dry at the moment. I think it doesn't really matter too much whether your hair is a little bit wet. Don't really do it when it's really wet, but a slight dampness would be ideal. Okay, that was like 6 sprays, which might have been a hair too much, but doesn't matter because we want it to be bouncy. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our blow dryer and we're gonna do a technique that is gonna help us achieve the fluffiness. Take your blow dryer, grab your hair, and I'm doing this technique, which is basically grabbing everything, pulling it forward, and then just blow drying it like this. You can see what that's doing to my hair and what that's gonna kind of cause it to do. So let's do it. Now the whole point is to be very delicate with how we move our hair because you don't want to flatten it down. You really just want to be grabbing it, pulling it up, and then just letting it fall as you blow dry. So that's kind of how you do it. You can kind of see what our hair is starting to do. So the entire time you want to keep your hair sort of up. You know, whenever you put your hands through your hair, just make sure you're throwing it up a little bit and you're gonna see your hair has this little bounce to it. Now, all of this is volumized. The sea salt spray really helped us kind of pick it up, also create those waves in there. And it looks almost like bedhead. But of course, we have styled it because we've created something that's fluffy and bouncy, literally with just sea salt spray and a little bit of technique. And honestly, the really good thing about this hairstyle is that it doesn't really have to sit in a certain position, whether or not your hair kind of falls more to the right or whether or not it wants to go to the other side. You can see that just your hair's bouncy. It just looks like you've been laying in the sun all day and hit the sea salt in your hair. Like that's just the vibe you're going for. So again, it doesn't have to be super specific, but that is how you create bouncy hair. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and if you want to have some really great products in your bathroom for your hair, I don't know why I said it that way, grab some Pete and Pedro products. They're really great and you're gonna love them. See you on the next one, guys. Adios.